Zhuhai Air Show, and just behind us, the Robotic team has taken to the skies, breaking that sound barrier. I'm here with Zach from GD Today. Welcome.
Hello everyone, I'm Zach with GD Today, and we're today here to show you the latest technologies of Chinese military.
Okay guys, we're gonna go to the board here. It's important, follow us. All right, so let's have a chat here for a moment here. So we're here at the main board here, and there's a couple of names that you'll see here. The Noring and the other China North Industry Group Corporation. Zach, what are we looking at here? We're in the, what's this area called, the weapons?
Well, yes, this is called the weaponry hall. So we're basically looking at all the ground equipment for the Chinese military. Like we have main battle tanks with armored vehicles, and also light tanks, and also some UAVs as well. Yeah, it's basically...
Okay, let's continue on here. Also, we're seeing a lot of new information up in the sky, really starting to be important here. Brigade headquarters, as well as MLRS battalions. And something that I'm excited to show everybody is some of the artillery systems here and the area defense system. Well, we're gonna jump right into the show here. So I'm here with Zach here, and we're in the weapons forum, I'm gonna call it.
Weapons hall. Yeah,
weapons hall forum, it's huge. Okay, so Zach, I mentioned Norinco. Let's talk about that just for a second as we go into talking about these vehicles. What is Norinco?
Well, of course, Norinco is one of the biggest military equipment producer in China. Well, it's old and it's big. Well, it's very famous in China, also around the world. If you want to find the best Chinese weapons, Norinco is probably one of the places you want to go. Yeah.
It's pretty exciting energy here. You can hear the jets outside just slamming against this building here. Well, let's get into this here. I'm going to show you. This is the high-powered microwave weapon system HPM 3000. Now, what this system is, it's designed, you see this panel along here, this is designed to take drones out of the sky. So something that could be very well used in the war.
Modern warfare, yeah.
The war and the conflict in Ukraine and Russia right now, this is it. And I'll show you, if we walk a little bit more, this is a smaller model of this. This is called the PLB625E microwave system here as well. And some of these are also equipped with guns on top. So we're gonna say that this is massive jammer. It's a massive jammer. Let's have a look at this here. This is a drone, the UAV damaged drone. You're gonna see that right there. Now, you might think, you know, hey, Alex, what's the big deal about a drone?
Yes,
but we've seen this is a whole new conflict here in Ukraine. This is what is keeping that machines going down there. Your thoughts?
Yeah, especially on like recent conflicts, especially in Ukraine. Drones like this, they are hitting tanks, they are killing infantries. Well, this is becoming like the future of warfare, the unmanned systems. So it's very important also to protect soldiers from yet very lethal threats like this. And that's why this has become the new trend for many of the traditional weapons to have this anti-drone system. And as we can see from these armored vehicles.
Now, have you been to some of these events before, Zach? Have you been to the Zhuhai Air Show before?
No, this is my first time.
First time,
yeah.
Huh? And I guess this is one of the first time you could see people from all over the world here, right in front of us here. There are thousands of people. And this technically is not even open to the public yet, right?
Yes, indeed. These 3 days, I mean, they're only open to the media as well as professional audience. But we can see it's very crowded already.
So let's walk over to some of these pieces of equipment here. Now, Zach, I got a question for you.
Yeah?
You mentioned it and you were spot on. You have said many times the word unmanned is going to be heard over and over and over again, the future here. This seems to be what China technology, we'll just bring the camera person over here. This is a mobile unit as well, a 6x6 all-terrain 30mm unmanned firepower support system. Look at this. This is incredible. Unmanned.
Unmanned, yes. Automatic.
You know, I'm starting to wonder if this is how the future of warfare. You know, we used to see this in Hollywood movies in North America. We thought, how could you fight a war with unmanned? But we're here today.
Yes,
right?
it's happening.
Let's have a look at this one behind us as well.
Let's go over there, maybe.
Yes, we will. We'll head over there in a moment. This is a, I guess, driver and driverless, but vehicle mount, 6-barrel shotguns. You can see them there, all different types of equipment. We have a lot to cover here over the next 4 days. And Zach, tell our viewers about you. And there's so much activity going on down in this area all year, right? So
Yes,
GD Today, you're with GD Today. You see shows like the Zhuhai Air Show, as well as you have the Canton Fair. I mean, you have so many events going on down in this area.
Yes, well, Guangdong, it's the economic powerhouse of China. So lots of international events are happening all year round. And this is just the latest one. And I can guarantee you this is the most watched event in China and probably around the world. And before this Zhuhai Air Show, we had the Canton Fair.
Right.
Well, and I know Alex was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there too. Well, that was phenomenal, absolutely. So this place is what many economic or entertainment, you call it political, anything is happening here in Guangdong, and we GT Today, of course, we're here to cover everything interesting that to domestic and also to international audiences.
It's really exciting actually to be here in person, hearing the roar of the jets this morning. We've seen some stealth bombers flying over as well. It's a very special day. I mean, when we're talking military, I mean, China is not a country that has been in conflict for many, many, many decades.
Yes, indeed.
Why do you think that they are investing in military?
Well, from my point of view, of course, I'm not a spokesperson for the Chinese army.
Yeah, I understand.
Well, from most Chinese point of view, we're building this up to protect ourselves, protect the land, protect our people, because China faces many threats, regional, global threats, you name it. And this is to build up our national defense. Well, as long as we have a strong defense, and then we can have the ability to develop a nation, develop our economy. Well, this is like something we have to do.
Now, does the average Chinese person, are they interested in, well, clearly, we can see
Clearly they are.
They're interested in this. But, I mean, would we even know where this kind of equipment is even made? What region of China would be making this? Would it be down in this region that it's made?
No,
or?
mostly I think they're from the northern part.
Northern part, okay.
Because the northern part of China is the old industrial base of China. So mostly they are produced at the northern part.
Okay, we're going to go over and look at some laser stuff now, which I find very interesting. And then we'll come back here and see what's going on down here. But something caught my eye over here. Wow, these are impressive. I mean, this is amazing. We're looking at some figures here. We're looking at the capabilities for operations, capabilities, environment, system ready time, failure rate, production period, and target price. I mean, it's really interesting. Also in the back here, let's have a look. We're also seeing some laser guided systems as well. Combat fire support as well.
Yes.
And you're an enthusiast on this kind of stuff? Do you like these kind of stuff? Or?
Well, not particularly this one, but I am some sort of enthusiast in military equipment. Well, my hobby is guns, small arms.
Small arms, okay.
Yes.
Well, I'm sure they have that here. We've seen some artillery and some bullets as well over here. So what kind of people would be coming to this show besides the average person that's interested in this product? What other type of people do you think are here?
Well, we're talking about a lot of officials and military officers from all around the world.
All around the world.
Yes,
okay.
you can easily tell by their uniforms. Well,
Got it.
they're here to seek, potential cooperation or the products they're interested in. But that's a big part of it, and also the media, like us.
This is the first time, Zach, I've actually seen some missiles up front. We've heard so much about missiles in the last couple of years here with the ongoing conflict in the Middle East and the conflict in Ukraine. We are seeing, this one's a 25 kilogram laser guided bomb. I mean, they're not, Zach, they're not shy about the names.
Yes.
This one's a gliding satellite guided bomb. They're definitely, that's another 250 kilogram laser guided bomb. And here, this would do some serious damage here. This is a 500 kilogram glided bomb system here. Just absolutely spectacular technology here. And of course, China is, just careful there at the back. China is very advanced when it comes to unmanned machinery and technology. Have you heard of companies that, we talk about drone companies now. Let's talk about DJI for a moment. I mean,
Yeah, of course.
DJI probably never wanted any products to be involved in conflicts.
Yes.
Now, we have seen other companies try to match their technology and have not succeeded.
DJI is the king of UAVs.
Right.
Yeah.
So, what seems to be driving that type of advancement? If you go back 10, 15 years ago, that's a name that was hardly ever heard of. Now they're the king of drones. If you go back a few years back, new energy vehicles were not even in, just breaking ground here in China. Where does all this investment come from?
Well, some of that investment come from the government.
Okay.
And
Sure.
yeah, because the government is very focused to build up this innovation strategy within our country. So a lot of those investment are coming from the government and of course from private investors because they see the trend, they see what's happening. Chinese investors, they're very clever. They know the trends, they know where the world is going, and they want to make profits and they want to be ahead. So that's where they want to put their money in.
When I told a few of my international friends that I was coming to an air show in China and there would be military hardware on display, most of them said it's impossible you'll be able to get up close and actually see it. But
Well,
here we
actually,
are.
you can try everything you want to try. Well, for example, those guns there, but you gotta wait in line, of course.
No problem.
Yeah, it's way too crowded.
We'll do that.
You
What do we
can touch anything you want to touch.
What do we have here?
Yeah, we're looking at drones. Well, these are suicide drones.
So my prediction is these would be long range, one shot, they're going in and they are making a terrible mess.
Yes.
End destination, huh?
Blows up the tank, blows up a enemy post.
Wow, look at that, huh? Look at that. Let's go have a look at this from the other side here. And we're also seeing a lot of robotic stuff here too.
Yes, and we also can see that that's called a robot wolf.
Ah, right.
A robot
The
wolf,
distance there,
and
okay.
they have assault rifles attached to them. They're like
Are you
Terminators.
serious?
Yes, you can see that. That's called the
there it is
191
there.
assault rifle. They're attached to the robot wolf.
Wow. Let's go have a look over here, a little bit more here. And of course, on display here,
These are sniper scope optics. That they can be attached to a sniper rifle or a assault rifle.
wow, some beautiful hardware. Any idea how many people would be attending the show?
Well, it's like at least 80,000 people every day
Okay.
at the show. The show will last for 6 days, so we're talking about, I don't know,
500,000, huh? At least, huh? You know what? It's interesting. It's so open that, like, I mean, that's the first time I've ever seen a girl hold a gun.
You're gonna see a lot of them here.
If you see in the background here, see in the background,
Yeah, you can take a look at that. You don't see that very often.
no, and it's very interesting to see. Let's walk around here a little bit more. We'll come back to those in a moment. So this air show is not just about the airplanes in the air. It's about also space. We have a section here.
We have a
in
space section there. You know, China has probably one of the world's most leading space technology.
Indeed. Let's have a look here. So what do we got here? So who do you think are manufacturing these?
Well, these are manufactured by Norinco.
Again, huh?
Yeah, Norinco. This is called the Type 92, which is the next generation pistol for Chinese PLA. They are developed, introduced in the late 1990s to replace the older models. And for the domestic version, it fires 5.8 millimeter rounds. For export markets, it fires 9 millimeter rounds. Well, that's,
Now wait, you said export market.
Yes.
Export market, like where? I'm just curious. Because normally
It's sold in North America.
wow.
Yes, I'm not sure whether you can get it from your hometown, Canada.
No problem. I doubt it.
But in the United States, yeah, they sell Type 92.
Wow, amazing. It's rather interesting because, you know, when we're talking about military hardware and we're talking about fighter jets and laser guided missiles, I mean, once again, as a Canadian, much different from America, we don't really get to be this up close with this weaponry, and it's rather interesting. Where does the queue start here? Maybe we can, if it's too long, no problem, but if we can get in there, let's try.
Let me ask.
Yeah, sure.
欧门龙湾了。你好，现在能排队进去吗？不行啊。No, it's not open now. It was yesterday, so I went in there to play with the guns, but not today.
And how are these guys in there then?
They're invited.
What?
Yeah, VIPs.
Well,
We're not.
I guess we don't look like arms dealers, so
Yeah.
let's just have a quick look here and see what everybody's doing. Wow, some beautiful piece of machinery. Okay, let's head back over to this side here, Zach, and we even see on display here that there's a shooting
Training system.
systems
Yeah.
for people. So Zach, of all the events that you like to go to down here, what is the one that you like the most?
I'm gonna say Airshow China.
Really?
Yes, because I'm sort of a military enthusiast.
Okay.
I love seeing all these planes, tanks, and especially guns, of course. I was able to get in there yesterday.
Oh, you did, eh?
Yeah, because it wasn't this crowded, so I had a chance to go in there and experience these guns. They're fantastic.
Let's have a look here. Some more machinery here. So what are we looking at here?
Rocket launches. We're looking at some of the rocket launches.
And where would most of the military, of course, it's here to protect the entire sovereignty of China, but where would most of the people be trained? Is there certain parts, like Dalian might be for the Navy, right?
Well, there are different military zones, different military bases.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess you are just trained where you're post for the soldiers.
Okay.
And Alex, I also have something that
Tell me.
I want to ask you actually. Well, you know, China's military is rising, and Chinese military technology is like becoming one of the most advanced in the world.
Right.
But many from the U.S. and some from Europe, they're concerned. They're concerned about this rising Chinese military becoming a threat to the regional and global security.
Yeah, they always mention, Zach,
Yeah.
and this is a good point, and I appreciate that you're now bringing this up. What we see in the headlines, we always see that China's increased its military budget.
Yes.
China's increasing its military by 6%, 7%. It's this kind of like scaremongering we see throughout the world. You were explaining now about, just before I interrupted you, I'll let you carry on.
No, I just wanted to know that you from Canada,
Right.
You're from the West.
Yes.
So, what do you think about these kind of accusations that China is threatening global security with its military?
You know, the Americans, for their media to come out and always scaremonger about China is rather interesting, because we're talking about America who bombs, bankrupts, and bullies countries. I call it the triple B package. And this is, you know, a nation that has been in conflict probably in over 40 to 50 conflicts since I've been on this planet. And then you ask the average American, when's the last time you know that China's been in conflict, and they just say, well, that's irrelevant. So to me, yes, I would say that our foreign media is very, very negative on explaining how China is allowed to defend itself. They are more on the look at this new jet. Why does China need this new jet? Why is China adding it to its navy in the South China Sea? It's a lot of that.
Yes, it's always a problem when China upgrades its military technology.
Exactly. And you know, as a native Chinese, are you noticing the country is improving its quality of arms and quality to protect itself?
Of course. Well, this is very obvious because in the past you don't get to see these many advanced military equipments, and they are now very confident to make this public, so that everyone from the world can see how advanced China is.
Yeah, good point when you say, and now they're making it public. You know, would we see something like this on display 10 years ago? Maybe, or not as much.
No, this is like the biggest air show for the past history.
Okay.
And everything here is some of the most advanced equipments in China. The army is very confident, and the industry is very confident to showcase everything they've got. And this is not very, usual in the past.
This is an unmanned aerial vehicle, huge
Yes.
in size. I mean, you would just think if you saw this on a video, it would look tiny, but look at it compared to the size of the air-to-surface missile systems there. I mean, just absolutely stunning. Let's continue on with the walk here. Let me ask you, as a Chinese person now.
Yes, of course.
What's your thought of America, enhancing, and now with a new elected president coming in January, what are your thoughts? You know, he talks tough, but mind you, during his administration when he was in power, Mr. Trump, there were no conflicts.
Yes,
And
indeed.
it's his goal he states, within 24 hours of him being inaugurated as the president of the United States, that he will stop the conflicts. How does the average Chinese first view the conflicts that are going on currently? And do you believe that the United States is wanting to bring peace?
Well, from average Chinese point of view, the United States is always causing troubles around the world. But they do see Trump as a very different and quite unpredictable figure, unpredictable president. So many Chinese average person, they are not very sure that what will Trump do when he comes in office?
Right.
Well, but I would like to say that Trump is more like a businessman.
Correct.
Yeah, businessman.
Exactly.
Rather than a politician, and that's what many Chinese people see him that way. And if it's just business, then we can talk. Yeah, we can talk business, and instead of like creating this ideological conflicts that many Democrats they would like to.
Correct. So I mean, and where do you have you spent a lot of time in the West before? Have you spent in Western countries? Have you been to a few Western countries?
Well, only as a traveler.
Okay.
Yeah, I've traveled to many European countries and also the US.
Right.
Yeah, but I didn't spend much time abroad. Most of my time is here in China.
Here's an interesting point. We know the United States has over 700 military bases around the world.
Yes.
So their army, their navy, their air force, their marines, they're being spread all around.
They're everywhere around the world. Yet they're concerned about us trying to up our military capability.
And here's China with their military pretty much at home, ready to go, and not really having to put their soldiers in terrible situations. So once again, I guess that has a different view on what military is. We always think military is offensive, combative, go in, stack, pack, rack, and be successful and do some damage. China's is more defensive.
Yes. And actually, you bring up the role of military. I'd like to mention something very, very different here in China.
Okay.
Well, the PLA, the People's Liberation Army, we Chinese people actually see them as very close friends. They're protectors, and they're not just about killing enemies and protecting the land and soil. They're here to help people, regular people. Because when there is floods, any natural disasters, the PLA is always the first there to save people and to rebuild and to clean up the messes. And that's how we Chinese people see them, as they're protectors. They're protectors of us Chinese.
That's also an interesting point, is that goes much deeper, just not in about protecting people or helping in floods, but actually in everyday lives, Chinese people, if they have to visit a hospital, there's also military hospitals.
Yes, indeed.
And there's a very high trust in the military hospitals.
People love and respect soldiers very, very much. Well, they consider them how would I say, family.
Family.
They consider them family.
And the thing I wanted to mention about the hospitals was you have we have public hospitals in China, we have military hospitals in China. Yes. Some people will feel that they need to go to the military hospitals because they are in their mind, this is the best, they will be taken care of.
Yes.
And the trust is there, as you said. That's extraordinary. And then if there ever is a conflict, those hospitals immediately shift into taking care of the needs of soldiers or whatever. That would be it. I also picked up something here at this event. It's called the Show News. Now, let's move on a little bit. Let's get a little bit of a different background, because I want to talk to Zach about what interesting things are going to happen here over the next few days. And this is great that we're here with GD today here. And I have to tell you guys, at this point, you will see a link in the description to their channels. And
right below.
Right below. And to their website and webpage as well. We'll see as many channels that we can get in there, because I have to tell you, I completely agree with this guy about this area. The Guangdong area is an economic powerhouse of China. If you want to understand what's going on in new energy vehicles, this is a place to be. Military events like this. Also the Canton Fair, which is twice a year and lasts for weeks. It makes actually the Consumer Electronics Show in America look like, a small little holding booth. Okay, so let's talk here. We're going to look at some headlines. Let's lean up against maybe some tanks here. And let's have a look. So here's what we're going to be seeing this week. So the JA-35, they're saying it steals the show here.
Yes, of course, that's one of the
Now,
highlights.
the rebranded C909.
That's the commercial flight.
Right. We've got the
Yes, the J35.
J35A, that's right. So Comac, so why are they renaming that as the C909? I don't know, interesting. Okay, let's continue to flip through this. All right, I see some Airbus advertisements. 3 stealthy fighters gathered in Zhuhai. It's the first time that we've had these types of fighter jets here at this event. The PLA.
Navy.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got here. What do we got here?
It's a space shuttle at the space section.
You know, it's funny, guys. I want to show you this. Nice little calm, little cool little holiday, but this is the advertisement for, you know, this interesting, I'm not even sure if that's, is that a drone or?
It's a taxi and, yeah.
Okay, we're looking
It's a
through
flying
some more,
car, flying vehicle.
and then we're talking more news like the Airbus. Okay, now let's get into some interesting things here. Okay, so I was flipping through this. Now this here, what are we looking at here?
Aerobatics team. Yi.
All right.
For every air show China, the Yi Aerobatics will be here and they will be performing this amazing, impressive show.
Okay, and I mean this is just. There's so much information in this magazine here. It really caught my attention. A lot of agreements being signed down here as well. Pratt & Whitney expanding the MRO network, and just more and more and more stuff here. Hong Kong Airport to open its 3rd runway. Did you know about that?
I didn't know.
Neither did I.
Yeah, I should have.
So it's, you know, this is a big magazine here, and also the new flying car wins the attention here.
Yeah, it's from Xiaopeng.
Do you know about this car?
I know a little something because Xiaopeng is a.
So that's
It's
the
a
actual
corporation
car,
from
and then that's what it turns
Guangdong.
into, huh?
Yes.
Extraordinary. Okay, this is interesting. Okay, so Zach, let's talk a little bit more about GD today before we wrap up this walkthrough of this event. This event size is 120,000 square feet, or meters, sorry. Thinking my Canadian there for a minute. 120,000 square meters, and predicted to do over 500,000 people here. Not just the stuff inside this building, but right outside in the skies there is a chocker block solid events right up until this event ends. Let's talk about GD today. So what are the kind of stuff that you guys cover?
Well, at GD today, we cover everything that's happening in Guangdong. Well, it can be economic, it can be political, and also sports, entertainment, innovation, technology, everything happening in Guangdong, and we're there. So, and you know, Guangdong is like the economic powerhouse of China. So everything happens in Guangdong is big and important. If you want to know about China, you want to know about the latest trend of China's development, Guangdong is the place where you should look at.
And beautiful cities.
Yeah, of course, beautiful cities as well.
Guangzhou is absolutely fantastic. One last thing. So what's the website where we can find you guys now?
Well, you can find us at newsgd.com. That's our website, and we'll have our YouTube channel and my personal YouTube channel attached down below, where you can hit the subscription button for anything, so everything that's cool about China and the latest news about Guangdong.
Yeah, I was on your page the other day. I mean, it's always updated with some latest news. You had some amazing news. When I was searching on Google, it brought me to your page about the air show. So, I mean, you guys are very influential in this area. Well, we're going to wrap this walkthrough up, but look at the crowd behind us here. There are thousands of people, and look at the jets in the air here, just flying over the top. Well, I think that's a wonderful ceremonial ending here. I'm here with Zach. I'm Alex with Bridging News, iChongqing. The crowd's coming in.
Yeah,
We're
crowd's
gonna
coming
wave
in.
goodbye. You guys take care. All right, we'll see you soon. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button on Zach's
GD
channel.
today and Zachary in Canton. That's our channels down below.
Okay, guys, thanks for watching. Bye for now.